homies, and welcome back. Today, I don't really have much to talk about. My fucking PS4 is uploading currently, so I can't be using the internet or whatever. Be chilling and watching YouTubes. But while I was looking at my phone, I stumbled upon this article saying how to make friends with Guam Locals. This is meant for outsiders, you know, maybe military or whatever. The list is pretty general, and it's mainly for like if you're here for the long run. So let's just go over what they say on the phone here. So here's some advice for any newbies making friends with locals. And so the first thing they say is join a gym, which is pretty understandable. There are quite a few gyms nowadays on the island. Paradise just recently opened their new gym in Tumon, which is mainly catered to the more upscale personalities and whatever, because it is a different price. It's called Paradise Premium. Their prices is higher. Their clientele is meant for more, I guess, more wealthier clientele, like tourists and whatever. So yeah, so you can join Paradise. They also say more close-knit and specialized gyms like CrossFit gyms. But you know, if you're looking at it that way, you're only gonna make friends with like a certain type of friends, right? You're not gonna really broaden your horizon if you only focus on gym friends. Yes, you'll make friends, definitely. But if that's not the type of friends you want to make, you don't really want to make, you know, like gym heads or meatheads or like the CrossFitters who just focusing on, you know, it's all about reps and not about form type shit. So there's that. It also says you can join Jiu-Jitsu or MMA gyms, which is true. I did make a lot of friends in Jiu-Jitsu. The only problem is that your body will tend to wear out faster than, you know, you think. And for the most part, if you're like working out at night or something, you're not gonna feel like going out basically because you're spent. So yeah, you'll make friends, but then, you know, you wanna be social, you wanna go out, you wanna go out to the bars or whatever, you wanna meet chicks or whatever. You can meet chicks at certain gyms, but unfortunately, most of the times, those chicks are taken. Maybe you'll hook up with one of them, but then drama might happen, and you don't want to do it at like a jits gym or an MMA gym, because, you know, they're fighters. They've been training their lives for that shit, so they're gonna fuck you up. So I wouldn't recommend that. It also says synergy and yoga, but you know, I think of that as like going to the women and gender studies class at UOG. You're only going there because you want to meet like chicks or something, and then, you know, they'll look at you like, you're only here to get chicks, aren't you? You're not really here to like learn or work out properly or yoga properly. So there's that whole stigma, I think, that may happen. You can eventually make friends if you really stick with it. It says next, play a sport or do something outdoorsy. Yes, this can happen, but only, you know, only if you, like, if you're gonna go outdoorsy, you gotta meet up with like a group in order to really bond. Because if you just go out by yourself, who are you gonna meet, right? Playing a sport does help, but then it depends on what sport you want to play, you know what I'm saying? And not every sport is gonna happen all the time, you know, there's seasons for this shit. And like, for instance, basketball, you can't just go to any court, right? There's gonna be people there, they're gonna be very territorial, they may not like outsiders. It may get physical, it may get violent, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I gotta be honest, most of the times, like if you're gonna play basketball, don't go by yourself, go with like some friends, because you're gonna be playing with some people that might not be all that welcoming, okay? They might want to start a fight or some shit. I'm not saying that's how everyone is, but the few times that I've actually went to gyms with some friends to play ball, there are people there that are like, you know, they'll hog the court. You know, even if you call next, they're not gonna give a shit because they're, you know, they're familiars there. They go there all the time. They basically own the court, is what I'm saying. So you gotta pick and choose what you're gonna do. And if you're gonna try to do a sport, do it with some friends first, because, you know, it is gonna be hard making friends with people by yourself, I think. Next it says volunteer for like Red Cross, Big Brothers and Sisters. Yeah, that's true. It all depends on you. Like, are you the volunteering type? Are you the type to work for free and stuff? Sure, you'll get like a lot of brownie points by like if you're trying to meet somebody or whatever. It's like, oh, this person likes to volunteer, oh, this person cares, it's such a sweetie pie. I don't know, it may or may not work. I don't know. I never volunteer for anything. I'm usually working. It says be social. Guam young professionals host social mixers that are well attended. Also like dog lovers and going to coffee shops when there's open mics and stuff. Yeah, this is more of the artsy fartsy types. You gotta really into that kind of stuff. I'm not too into that kind of stuff. So you're not gonna really find me at these mixers, or that's like for people who are like really kind of desperate for friends. If they have to go to these things, if they can't make it on their own, they have to go to these places. So going to bars is a hit or miss, but you have to go there like consistently in order to really start to gel, and that's just gonna cost money in my opinion. You can't just go there and just like not buy anything, right? It's just gonna look weird on you. It's like, this guy keeps coming here and he's not buying anything. It's kind of creepy, you know? You might get kicked out or something. So it's gonna cost money that way. So if you go to bars, you know, you're gonna get alcohol, so you're gonna be more open with that and stuff. But still, I don't know, like I don't see that many new people at the places I go to, you know, the karaoke bars and stuff. It's mostly regulars. And so yeah, I don't know. Next it says be genuine and respectful. This is like, that's like a broad suggestion. Like that's how you should be at all times, is be genuine and respectful. Don't just go there like, oh, I just want to bang some chicks or whatever. Like that's my only purpose. I don't give a shit about you. I'm here for the girls and stuff. So some people like to jump into other people's conversations if they overhear you. Oh yeah, then you put your own opinions because you think you're, you know, being friends with them or something. But most of the times locals don't like that when you butt in, like getting into their business. Like, yo, who are you, bro? I wasn't talking to you, you know. And so that drama may happen and fights may happen. So that's it. That's all the tips it has here. Join a gym, play a sport, do something outdoorsy, volunteer, be social, be genuine and respectful. Very broad ways of making friends. And this is it only feels like if you're here for a long time, if you're here for the long haul. But if you're only here for like a couple months or less, these aren't really gonna work. You're not gonna really have time to bond with people, you know. It's just gonna be hard, and then you're just gonna leave anyway, so why make friends, right? So if you're here just to like, you're only here for a while and you like want to get laid or something, tourists, most people go for tourists, and tourists themselves are like, well, we're here for like only a few days, you know, what the hell, right? That was like something somebody I know says, like, they're here on vacation, they're on their time, so they're just looking for a good time. That's why there's a lot of nampas around here, because they know that these tourists are here just looking for a good time and they need like a good tour guide, and they're willing to, you know, give it up, you know, maybe sexually or monetarily, because, you know, not many people know the language, right? And the language barrier does, you know, provide some significant disadvantages and stuff, troubles and problems. But if you know the language, it isn't that hard to hook up with tourists. Especially, you can really tell who are the ones that are kind of down. It's the ones that are really like caked up in makeup and really dressed in like some really skimpy clothing. And we do happen to have like actual popular, you know, tourists that come here, like Cyber Japan dancers, go-go dancers, like who have like 100K followers on Instagram and models and shit. So a lot of famous Asian people come through here, and we may never even know it. Most of the times I find this out is when I look at my Instagram and I just like browse the explore button and I just type in Guam, and then there's these like cute, you know, tourists here, and then when you check their profile, they got like 100K followers and shit, and they're like some famous person in where they come from. They're like, damn, where were you? I wouldn't mind meeting you. But yeah, I don't think I gave any real tips as to how to make friends, did I? I think like a good place to start, the gym does help. Like if you're here for for a while and you have access to a gym, that is a good way to, you know, to meet people, you know, ask someone to spot you, then strike up a conversation about, I don't know, techniques or something, then talk about sports and whatever. But if you're here to meet girls, I wouldn't suggest bars, because most of the times, you know, if you're interested in girls, like young, hip girls, most of the times they're not really into bars, but they are into like, say, concert or like specific event where it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Specific type of events where it doesn't happen every often. Like it's like the native thing, or like an all-black affair, or things like that. You might meet some, you know, down girls, but not at bars or something. The bar girls, you kind of want to steer clear of, because those are the, you know, they might be a little too open, if you know what I mean. But I don't know what the hell I'm saying. This video has gone on too long. Stay tuned for more exciting stuff. This week was a hella slow, and I've been hella busy with work and then jury duty and fucking cleaning up, general cleaning and shit, so I have been kind of busy. Yeah, that's all for now, guys. Stay tuned for more. I'm gonna try to work on something interesting for the next video, so be on the lookout for that. Love, peace, and chicken grease.